What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, I want to say thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because trust me, you won't want to miss out on any of the latest news, rumors, or analysis about our beloved Dallas Cowboys. Today's video is one you won't want to skip, because we're talking about something that could very well shake up the entire future of the franchise. That's right. I'm talking about the possibility of Aaron Glenn becoming the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I know what you're thinking. Aaron Glenn? The defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions? What does he have to do with the Cowboys? Well, stick around, because this story might just surprise you, and there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. To start, let's take a look at who Aaron Glenn is and why he's quickly becoming a name that Cowboys fans should be paying attention to. For those of you who might not be fully familiar with Glenn, he's no stranger to the NFL. Glenn played in the league as a cornerback for over a decade, spending time with the New York Jets, Houston Texans, and yes, even the Dallas Cowboys for a brief stint in 2005. His playing career was solid, and he certainly made his mark on the field. But it's his coaching career that has really started to turn heads in the last few years. Since transitioning into coaching, Glenn has quickly proven that he has the knowledge, leadership, and ability to develop players, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And when you look at what he's done with the Detroit Lions defense over the past couple of seasons, it's impossible not to be impressed. Now, let's talk about what Glenn has been able to achieve with the Lions. Just a few seasons ago, Detroit's defense was among the worst in the NFL. They were giving up yards in bunches, couldn't stop the run, and struggled to get after the quarterback. But under Glenn's leadership as defensive coordinator, the Lions' defense has made a remarkable turnaround. He's transformed that unit from one of the league's worst into a legitimate force. In 2023, the Lions' defense ranked in the top 10 in several key statistical categories, including sacks, forced turnovers, and total yards allowed. Glenn has done more than just improve the defense, he's revitalized it. He's coached up young stars like Aiden Hutchinson, who has blossomed into one of the best pass rushers in the league, and he's managed to get the most out of guys who were previously underperforming. That kind of coaching pedigree doesn't go unnoticed, and it's exactly the type of skill set that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys could be looking for, especially when you consider the defensive talent they already have in place. Informal, and speaking of talent, let's talk about the Cowboys' defense for a moment. This is a team that has been loaded with high-end players on the defensive side of the ball, from the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons, to the shutdown cornerback, Trevon Diggs, to the elite defensive linemen like DeMarcus Lawrence and the emerging star Osa Odigizwa. The Cowboys' defense has shown flashes of greatness, but it's never been as consistent as Cowboys Nation has hoped. There's been a lot of talk about the defense not being able to get over the hump, especially in the big moments. As talented as Parsons is, and as dynamic as Diggs can be, the defense has often seemed out of sync, especially when it comes to stopping high-powered offenses or getting off the field on third down. That's where someone like Aaron Glenn could come in and make a huge difference. Imagine Aaron Glenn coaching up Micah Parsons to take his game to an even higher level, using more creative blitz packages and putting him in positions to wreak havoc. Glenn's ability to develop young talent could mean even bigger things for Parsons, who has already been an absolute game changer for the Cowboys. Similarly, Trevon Diggs, known for his ball-hawking ability, could thrive in a system that encourages more aggressive and opportunistic play. Glenn's defensive philosophy focuses on creating turnovers, disguising coverages, and bringing pressure from all angles. Something that could take this already impressive Cowboys defense and elevate it into one of the league's elite units. But it's not just the defense where Glenn's potential impact could be felt. The Dallas Cowboys, while they have one of the most talented rosters in the league, have been somewhat inconsistent when it comes to game planning and execution. And much of that inconsistency has come from the offense, where questions around Dak Prescott's play, offensive scheme, and play calling have surfaced time and time again. Even though McCarthy has been the head coach since 2020 and has made some strides, many still feel that he's not the long-term answer to finally getting the Cowboys to the Super Bowl. McCarthy's offensive play calling has been scrutinized, especially in big playoff games where the Cowboys' offense has struggled to put up points. So if Jerry Jones is looking to make a change at the top, Glenn could be a breath of fresh air, and his presence could lead to the Cowboys bringing in a more dynamic offensive coordinator who could help the offense reach its full potential. End quote. Aaron Glenn's coaching prowess extends beyond just working with defense. As a former player himself, Glenn has an innate understanding of the pressures and challenges that come with competing at the highest level. This connection with his players would be invaluable in the locker room, where respect and understanding between the coach and players are key to fostering a winning culture. Glenn's ability to relate to players, especially young stars like Parsons and Diggs, could lead to an even tighter bond within the team and make them more motivated to play for him. That personal touch is something that many coaches, including McCarthy, sometimes struggle with. And that's something Glenn could capitalize on to help unite the Cowboys in their pursuit of that elusive Super Bowl title. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: Jerry Jones. We all know Jerry is a man who's not afraid to make bold decisions when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. He's made plenty of high-risk, high-reward moves in the past, and he's not afraid to shake things up when he feels it's necessary to win a championship. As much as McCarthy has done for the team, the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl, and if Jerry feels that McCarthy is not the man to bring the Cowboys to that next level, he could make a change. Jerry's window to win that elusive championship is closing, especially with the current roster he has. This may be the perfect time to bring in a fresh face, someone with a proven track record of success in a similar role, and someone who can help elevate the team to where it needs to be. If Aaron Glenn continues to impress in Detroit and leads them to success, Jerry might see this as the perfect opportunity to snag him before another team does. While this is all very speculative, the potential for a change in the Cowboys' coaching staff cannot be ignored. If McCarthy's tenure does come to an end, the Cowboys would have a deep pool of candidates to choose from. But Aaron Glenn is certainly a name that would be at the top of that list, and for good reason. His ability to transform a defense, his experience with player development, and his overall leadership qualities could be just what the Cowboys need to finally push them over the top. Whether it's improving the defense or getting more out of the offense, Glenn could be the coach that helps guide the Cowboys back to Super Bowl contention. As always, I want to hear from you, Cowboys Nation. What do you think? Do you believe Aaron Glenn could be the next head coach of the Cowboys? Is he the kind of fresh perspective this team needs to win a Super Bowl? Or do you think McCarthy should get more time to prove himself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I know this is a debate that will get everyone talking. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this deep dive into Glenn's potential as the next head coach, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth analysis on the Cowboys' future. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Until then, Cowboys fans, stay hopeful and stay loud. Go Cowboys!